Hey everybody, this is TMG Podcast. This is episode 86.
Back to regular scheduled programming.
Yes, because I don't know. It's been a busy June. If you guys noticed, well, before we start doing that little explanations, we're back to the regular. Was that this is a podcast about everything video games. This is Carlos, and with me is Will.
Hello, everyone.
And Miggy.
Hello, I am the disconnect god.
Yes, we're having a hard time because it's raining. It's the first week of July. It's amazing. Now, okay, June, E3. That's done.
That's done, and I feel like everyone's still sort of just recovering from that. Like
we're still playing catch up, pretty much, because it's a pretty busy month, June. I was hoping to release all the damn podcasts all together, so it's all done. But I'm still in the process of doing that. So we're actually going to talk about one more press conference, the last one, the PC Gaming. We're just going to do a short mention of what happened there, because it's 2 hours of our time, apparently.
It was a lot, actually. Actually, there wasn't too many exclusive stuff that we didn't know was coming, so...
Yeah, it sounded more like a talk show, so we're just going to give you guys a short bullets of what you guys kind of missed, and what's the important out of that PC Gaming show, because I was trying to watch it, because I wasn't able to pick it up live when it came out. You don't really have to sit there for 2 hours and listen to Day 9 and whatever. It really felt like a talk show more than anything, because they sit down, they start talking. It's weird. But yeah, we're back to our regular weekly format. E3's done. We're now in July. It's super raining. Miggy is lagging like hell. I'm sort of lagging as well.
It's not even lag. It's like just straight up disconnection.
Yeah, I know. We're doing it through Skype, if you guys notice, obviously. But let's get right to it because, okay, so E3's done. The news is kind of dying down. They're still kind of focusing on what came out of E3. There's a ton of information that came out of E3. So if you guys want to do catch up as well on what was going on, we have audio podcast for each podcast, so do check that out. For Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, Square, there's a lot of information going on there. The one thing we haven't done in a while, since if you guys notice, we've been releasing the press conference every week in June. We haven't talked about what we were playing, and
no,
we played a lot. We played a lot. So to the point where I don't even know what I want to talk about. I can actually pick what I want to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened. Like the Steam sale happened during E3.
Yeah, exactly, Steam sale
and all of that.
Yes, we never bothered to talk about the Steam sale. It was like, I guess for the first time, for us, for me, and for that matter, it was kind of overshadowed, the Steam sale, because E3 was happening.
Yeah.
But I still bought something.
No, so did I. But actually, I bought a lot less than I thought I would for Steam sale. I think that's partially because I bought a lot more now on the GOG sale.
Yeah, that happened before the Steam sale.
It started before, and then there was a point where they were both happening at the same time, and then the GOG sale ended and Steam sale ended a little later.
And then there you go.
So,
no, but I picked up 5 games. I wasn't expecting to pick up any of them. But I remember picking up each game every day when I'm like half asleep. It's a bad apparently.
You picked your games when you were half asleep?
Like when I wake up, like it's a new day, a new list of games.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like there, I stare at my PC like, oh, that looks really nice. Oh shit, I just used
all the impulse buys.
Wait, so
I know.
you don't have like your wish list and you just go look through that, because that's what I do.
Actually, no, I have a wish list, but the ones I bought actually in the summer sale this year, it is not on my wish list. I didn't want Resident Evil for that, for example.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, and I think Miggy is the best with that. It's an impulse buy.
Right.
So I got 5 games. I got Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil HD, Shovel Knight, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Wasteland 2.
Oh, did your Wasteland 2 come with a copy of Wasteland 1? Just out of
Yes.
curiosity. Okay, so technically you got 6 games. I think, right?
Oh, and I also got the last or the latest expansion of Civ 5, which consumed half of my June.
Yeah, you were playing that when we did that other thing at Will's place. Uncharted 4.
Oh, you guys. Speaking of which,
Well,
let's go straight to it because you guys were playing Uncharted 4. No,
yes,
you weren't.
We got exclusive Uncharted 4 footage. No,
we don't have exclusive Uncharted 4.
Before I get to that, like I bought a few things. Let me talk about what I.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. What about you? What is your haul?
Well,
I mentioned my haul.
My biggest haul was on GOG. I got pretty much every point-and-click Sierra game for about $20, which I think to me is a great deal.
Not bad.
It's a fantastic deal. Except Leisure Suit Larry, for whatever reason, that wasn't included. So,
wait, how many games is that? Like for $20, you got
like,
what, 10, 15?
Oh, a lot. No, because like King's Quest by itself is like 8 games. There's Police Quest.
Oh yeah, then there's Space Quest, which is like 5.
And then Quest for Glory. So it's like 20 plus games I got.
So $1 each.
It's like the rare collection, but with Sierra.
Yeah, exactly, right? And then the only one I missed out on was Leisure Suit Larry, because for whatever reason that wasn't included in their collection. So I got that. I also ended up buying the expansion pass for Witcher 3 because I didn't buy that yet. So I picked that up. Then on Steam, I picked up I picked up the pre-order for Shadowrun Hong Kong.
That's happening as well. The expansion
the
for
Sleeping Dogs too.
No, not Sleeping Dogs. It's you guys played the Shadowrun games from.
No, I know, but he's just saying that the setting is pretty much like Sleeping Dogs, but futuristic.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Something like that.
And then what else did I pick up? I picked up Costume Quest 2 because I played Costume Quest 1 on the Xbox and I really liked it. So
I did pick up something in GOG. I picked up The Witcher 1. It was like, what, 40 pesos?
Really? You didn't get The Witcher?
That's almost the same price as that Ibn Battuta game.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a bit.
That's the funny thing. We picked up Uncharted 4. Basically, so it's not really Uncharted 4.
It's not Uncharted 4. Don't get excited, guys. We don't have Uncharted 4.
But the thing is, it wasn't actually on sale. It was at the standard price of 35 pesos.
That's a fucking steal.
Which is less than $1.
Like
and
a meal at McDonald's costs more than that.
Yeah, and I don't think you could. There's no way you could even put that game on sale. Without
it'll just be a piece.
Wait, how much is it again? I blanked out. What's
35?
Okay, so if you 75% that off just for the heck of it, what the fuck is left?
Exactly. So that game pretty much cannot go on sale. But it was 35 pesos. What the hell, right? And because we've seen videos of this and we wanted to see it for ourselves.
So is that part of your Steam summer sale haul as well?
Technically, no. Technically, no.
But you found it while we were looking through shit on Steam.
Yeah, that's true. But technically, no, because it wasn't on sale.
Yeah. It was just there.
It was just there. But yeah, we picked it up. Me got around to doing a Let's Play of it.
Okay, wait. Just because we've been saying Uncharted 4 for a while already. What's the real name of this again?
The real game is called Unearthed.
There we go. I've never heard that word the whole time we were making quiz about this.
Trail of Ibn Battuta. And then, so it turns out this game is a Uncharted ripoff made in, I think, somewhere in the Middle East. Because it's got a lot... It basically deals with following this Muslim explorer named Ibn Battuta and his travels... he discovered most of the Middle East or something like that.
Oh, his name is even... Okay.
Yeah. So you're following you're following the trail of this guy, basically. And
you thought he was a Battuta.
I thought he was a Battuta. I thought they were looking for a Battuta.
No, but what surprised us was the game. The size of the game was 7 gigs.
7 gigs.
7 gigs, and it came with a trailer for a movie, a real movie.
Yeah, and a live-action movie.
A live-action movie with Ben Kingsley in it.
What? Ben King? Okay, wait. I got it's 35 pesos?
Yes, 35 pesos.
And I got a trailer of Ben Kingsley?
The game was essentially made to help promote the movie.
I don't know if it was made to promote the movie or it just so happens that movie...
Oh, no. I think it said in the credits that, like, they made the game for the movie.
Oh, did they? Okay. But
like
anyway,
the Journey to Mecca, was that the title?
Yeah, well, the movie is about the journey to Mecca, I think. But I don't think the game... I think the game deals with more than just that. I should also mention...
If the movie is about someone trailing something, the game is about someone trailing the person making the trail. I don't know.
But anyways,
Battuta.
The other thing I need to mention about this game is that it's labeled as Episode 1, right? So
yes.
We only actually got to play up to a point in the game, and then it stopped, and it said coming next time.
Yeah, and that was like the game came out 2 years ago.
Right. Oh, and the best thing of all, this is the gold edition of the game that we got. And I don't... It's literally says gold edition on the thing. And
is there the standard edition? Because maybe you get like 5% off.
No, that's the thing. You can't.
Off.
There is no standard edition available. It's just the gold edition. I don't know what extras are in the gold edition.
No, I think it's just that
the trailer.
Remember the donkey video?
Yeah,
the boulders do no damage. I think the gold edition is just that they fixed all of those bugs.
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, going back a little bit, wait, what? Unearthed
I'm working on the video, so just look forward to that.
We did the video of Let's Play of it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It was quite an experience.
It was, yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's me and Miggy like just shooting the shit, having fun with this game.
And it's pretty much Uncharted.
It's dude, it's so Uncharted-ish. It's not funny. Like the guy looks like Nathan, like an Arab version of.
Yeah, like
Nathan
they're Muslim
Drake.
versions of Uncharted characters. And then there's an evil Russian because why not?
Yeah, why?
Oh, there's always an evil Russian. There's always an evil Russian.
Was it a Russian? Are you sure?
I don't know, the bald guy.
It was a big evil bald guy. Yeah, who looked
and
like an evil Russian.
He just has an RPG with him at all times.
And an AK-47.
Well, even I can't even say this probably. Unearthed.
Trail of Ibn Battuta.
Trail of Ibn Battuta.
Out now since 2 years ago. Since 2 years ago.
Yeah, check it out. I don't know why me and Miggy are drawn to playing these shitty games, but we enjoy doing them. You know, we do it so you guys don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Check out our YouTube channel because I'm sure hopefully, luckily it might be up already. Check it out.
Oh yeah, before we go into impressions,
for the fun of
we
it.
also have another LP of a early access game.
Yes, we do. We have
this one's actually in development. It's not a game that's been released for years.
But we interviewed these guys at ESGS last year, and we were very curious about their progress they made with their game. So we bought it on Steam Early Access for I think $11 US dollars.
Mm-hmm.
This was Nightfall. I forgot
I forgot the. Oh, no.
I forgot the subtitle.
Nightfall Escape.
Nightfall Escape. Yes.
Yeah.
This was the game. If you remember, Carlos, with the giant chairs, and you were asking if you were playing a child.
I think you were permanently crouched in that version.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
I did.
It's different now.
In ESGS, I did check out their game. They were showing. I think was I in VR?
No. It was on the laptop.
It was on the laptop.
It felt like I was in VR.
It's that advanced already.
It was that advanced, yeah. I wasn't getting scared. It was a survival horror for those guys who are listening right now. Survival horror, first-person survival horror, and the only thing I got out of it, it's very, very in early stages. I get it. But the only thing I was constantly curious about is why is that chair so high?
Like the seat of the chair is face level.
Because I literally asked I think I did ask the developers, like, am I a child in this? I don't know, because you don't even know who you are. Like, you just go straight up, you're in an abandoned home or whatever. And I was like, am I a child or something? Because that's how low I am. And apparently I'm not. But I guess there's something there's a problem with this. I don't know. It's just weird. That weirded me out. But you guys played the recent build, or the one out now on Steam Early Access.
We did play the recent build. And
your impressions or your playthrough of that is already out on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And what do you guys think about their progress?
It's greatly improved since we last saw it at ESGS.
How are the chairs?
Everything is now more or less normal sized, apart from a few things. Like there was like this door that seemed very large for some reason, and a couple other things were there. It's still early access, so of course we're not going to judge it too harshly. But it's got a lot of interesting ideas. I just hope they can get around to getting it all done in a timely manner. Because to be honest, for $11, it's still a little bit, I think, a bit too pricey for what it's currently offering on early access.
Actually, yeah, I'm not going to say anything because I think we did an episode about early access. I am not a fan of early access.
Yes. I agree.
But
we actually made an exception for this because actually the story behind it was I actually got accepted as an alpha tester for them, but due to scheduling conflicts, I wasn't able to go to their office to
test out the game,
to actually test the game. So in view of that, I thought, I really do want to check it out. So we ended up buying the game, me and Migs, and just to play it through for ourselves and see what's going on. So yeah.
No, but what essentially is it? What essentially you get out of the game? It's obviously a survival horror. It's based on the Filipino folklore.
Yeah. That's one thing that bothered me a little bit. Like they say like they're pushing it as a game that has to do with Filipino folklore, but from what we saw, there was very little of that actually implemented.
Actually, I saw the video. Like maybe it's not shown yet. It's pre-alpha,
right?
So it might be just a proof of concept of how the game would play or how it would play out. Because it just felt like they gave you like the bits of every single aspect of the game. Find this. Like, I still don't understand the red part, but it's hard.
Oh yeah, it just makes invisible things visible.
Yeah,
so it has items to find. You have to find. There's monsters you have to avoid, and there's like a puzzle that you have to fix. Or you have to fix. You have to solve, and then the eerie atmosphere. I think at this point it comes out more of a proof of concept more than anything. And I think this is being made by. We have to double check what game engine is being used, but
I think it's running on Unity.
It's probably on Unity. It looks like a Unity game.
You can actually, when you go to the inventory, I think there's an inventory menu. There's actually you can see the character, and it has some kind of cell shading.
And I think they going off what they said last year. They're shooting for a mobile release as well, so it would make sense for it to be on Unity.
Well, there. Nightfall Escape. Well, you guys are you guys looking forward to it at least? Like you guys checked it out. You guys pretty much have a feel of what they're going for as they're moving forward in their production. Are you looking forward to the next versions of this game? Like,
sure. I mean, Will has access.
I know. I'm totally looking forward to the next version of the game. Like, I understand. I get the feeling of what they were trying to go for, and actually, I talked a little bit to the developer because we shared the video with them, and they were very happy about that. So I got to talk a bit to the developer, and they're trying to. They understand that there's a lot of comparisons being made to Dreadout because it's a very similar concept. You play a girl. It's based on local folklore.
It's always a girl,
right? So they're trying to go now for a bit more of a old school Resident Evil style thing with the save points. Like there was a save point in the game, which is not something you see too often anymore in a lot of the games.
That's actually true. Yeah.
So we'll see. There's still plenty of time for them to get stuff going. But yeah, if you want to see our impressions of it, like go check it. Go check out the video on our YouTube channel.
Or you guys can actually try it out yourselves. It's already in early access, like we said. It's on Steam. Just search Nightfall Escape. It's around $11 or $10. It's just
$11 at the moment.
All right, it's $11. You can check it out. Help them improve the game. I'm just happy we actually have a local developer aiming for this kind of genre or this kind of concept. So good luck to them.
What about you, Carlos? What have you been playing? Have you finished all your Steam sales?
I've been okay. There's 7 days in a week.
Yes.
No, I literally like there's that 1 week where I'll play Resident Evil today. The next day, I'll play Resident Evil Revelations because that finished downloading. And the third one, I got the expansion of Civ 5. Let's try that out. And then there's also Shovel Knight, so I'll play that. And there's also that's what happens when you buy shit from Steam Somerset. You just play so many different games to the point where you're trying to finish it all. It's weird. So I was playing multiple games. That's what I'm trying to say. But the one I want to talk about now, because I already finished it, because it was such an amazing game, Shovel Knight.
Yeah, Shovel Knight is an amazing game. I agree.
I told you. It's so pretty.
I don't know why. I want more of that kind of game. I want more of that old school kind of.
Then get it on PS4 and fight the Kratos.
Or Xbox One and fight the Battletoads.
The Battletoads.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about like that kind of game, like like going old school, bring it back, because.
Yeah, it had a different level of charm that you don't really see in most of these pixely games anymore.
That's the best description out of Shovel Knight that I can give you guys.
Yeah, because like this
so
game is
charming.
It's so much Mega Man in it. Like the colors, the styling of the sprites, like even the background tiles.
Yeah, it's a game that gives homage to like those kinds of games way back when. And it just gave me this big smile on my face, like, I want to play Mega Man. I want to play Battletoads, actually.
No, and the nice thing is, actually, like, even though it's a homage to the older games, it still feels modern.
Definitely.
It took away all the really annoying... Like, it was able to take away the annoying things, but still make it challenging,
Yeah.
Yes.
Without removing the level of challenge, rather, so I should say.
I don't think I have a complaint about this game. This game, in all aspects of it being a platformer, I think they pretty much nailed it. The difficulty in this game is spot on. It ramps up and it really challenges you, especially on how you jump and how you attack. It has that Mega Man-esque that I was mentioning, like the format and how they do their stages, their bosses. So that was a huge treat. The audio, oh my God.
Yeah.
The audio. I think that's where it came out, like the nostalgia, the homage of these kinds of platforming games. It's like, oh my God, the sound is so amazing.
I still have yet to find the game with as good chiptunes as Shovel Knight, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you notice in the first quote unquote opening cutscene where it talks about Shovel Knight and Shield Knight, just how it fades in, where it's like different sets of the same image with like lower res colors. Because you couldn't do a black in, fade out on the NES, diba?
True.
So even like that is already an extra level of, like this is how 8-bit used to do it. And it's pretty cool.
And I like the amount of skill you can get out of this game, where once you get a good handle on the controls, it really feels like one of those games where if you're really good at it to a point and you know the bosses, you can actually play the game.
Just beast, yeah.
Yeah, like, how like
old Capcom
we've had
games.
Yeah, like Capcom, like even though some players like instead of using the powers on specific bosses or whatever, it'll come out easier. But if you know the fight, if you're really good at the game, you can beat the boss with just the plain moves that you have of the character.
With just the shovel.
With the shovel. And I can see that. I think it's very possible. It gets super easier once you get the things that you obtain as you progress through the game. And every single stage in this game is also pretty unique. It's not a copy or paste of anything. There's always a specific concept.
It's very like theme based depending on the knight you're fighting.
Yeah, and it really challenges you because it changes. Like if you go through stage to stage, it challenges you different ways, and especially with the new things that you pick up. So it's always challenging. It's always it always keeps you on your toes. It never destroyed the pacing, and once it ended, I think I clocked at 5 hours too. It's a really long game for a game like this. I spent 5 hours playing this game. I want more out of it. It was really good. I didn't think a game like this would translate well, especially because I also made my nephew play this, and he was having a blast. So in that regard, these kind of games, they still have a place here in the modern day of how games are with mobiles and everything. These kinds of games, especially Shovel Knight, they still have a place, and I hope I see more out of this. It's really good. So whoever sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess my only complaint with Shovel Knight is because I also bought it when you said that it was on sale. So, is that some of the stages can get really long. Like you spend 10 minutes on one level sometimes, and I don't know. That's the only thing that throws me off. Otherwise, it's a really good game.
It's a game that'll be available in I think it's available in most platforms right now. There's actually a specific process for
it's basically out on everything, including the Wii U.
In the Wii U as well?
I don't know about that. But yeah, it's on PS4 you get the fight exclusive with Kratos, and on the Xbox One you get to fight, of all things, the Battletoads. I mean, that's such a weird. I don't know why, but yeah, I guess because Battletoads.
They gotta find someone, so they just did it.
Yeah, but it just. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I guess that was the only IP that they said, yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah, but if whoever's who love those old Mega Man games, or even old platformers, do pick this up. It's really good. Shovel Knight by Yacht Club Games. It's out on almost all platforms. 3DS, even Nintendo 3DS also has a version of this game. The Wii U, PC, PS3, PS4, Vita, Xbox One, you name it. Pick it up. It's definitely worth every penny. And yeah.
Yep, it's definitely. Yeah, I would say pick it up. I loved that game also the moment I got it, and I didn't think much about it at first because it's a 2D retro platformer. We see so much retro stuff coming out, but it's really good. It's really, really, really good.
If you need assurance for Shovel Knight, it's made by Yacht Club Games, which is put up by former Way Forward dudes. They know their 2D stuff.
Way Forward, the guys who make Shantae and what's another one? Time something.
I don't know. So they make a lot of 2D good games.
Yep.
And it's on the Wii U, guys.
Oh, so it is on the Wii U.
That's how you know. It's on everything, including the Wii U.
What's the special character on the Wii U?
What about you, Mick?
No one.
Oh, no one?
Yeah, because that was announced, I think, when the Kickstarter was still up for Shovel Knight. So PC and Wii U. Well, me, aside from Shovel Knight, I got Her Story earlier today.
Oh, it's not part of the Steam Summer Sale. Okay, it's
no, it's not.
Okay,
but I heard about it from other podcasts last week, and it sounded pretty cool. It's I guess you could call it point and click. It's sort of a murder mystery as well, but you're on a computer PC from the mid early 90s, like a really crappy Windows 95 or something like that.
Okay.
And you're going through FMVs, old motion video with an actress in it. The story is they're recovered from old VHS tapes of a previous case, and you're looking into them. And because of there was a flood, and so the VHS tapes got destroyed. So they're cut up in really awkward ways, and you got to search for them by typing in keywords on the whatever program you're running it on. So at the start, it already has the word murder listed on it. So when you hit enter, you get 4 videos. And then
okay. So if you get the right ones, it progresses.
Yeah, it'll give you results based on the keywords you search, with the limit of only showing you 5 videos at a time. So kunyari, you search for the word murder, and it shows you 4 videos. Then one of the videos says a name Smith. So you search Smith, and it comes up with kunyari 14 results. But since you can only watch the first 5, you got to find a way to either find other keywords that link to the similar videos, or put in a phrase that will help narrow it down and make your search more specific. Because the way it works is essentially, I'm guessing all the videos have been transcribed, so you can just type whatever the person says, and it will show you all the videos where that person says the word you are looking for.
Oh, I see. So the point of the game is basically to see all the videos.
Yeah, or see enough of them, yeah, and basically figure out who killed who and all that. And then I think when you get almost half of if you find almost half of the videos, because there's like a little database marker at the bottom, and every time you find a new video or a new keyword, it'll mark it off as green. And once you get like enough of those, a chat window will come up and will say, hey, were you able to find out enough info? And then if you say yes to that person, then that basically ends the game.
That's what I get the feeling like. It's a good storyline, so people are you want to keep playing it to figure out what what happens basically.
Well, that's her story. It's been out since June. It's only, how much is this?
It's 200 pesos flat.
Yeah, it's around 200 pesos. It's a very interesting one. It's a very interesting take on, I guess, a point-and-click adventure. So do check it out. Yeah, moving on. There's one game I also want to mention they showed an update of it recently, and if anybody is like really still bummed out on the fact that PT and Silent Hills is gone completely.
Oh, the wounds are still fresh.
Yes, there's something to patch that up if ever. We can actually fill that void because of Konami canceling PT or Silent Hills. There's a game called Allison Road. They released a trailer, like a gameplay trailer, more like showing how the game will be played. And you guys have seen it.
Yeah, it's like a 14-minute demo that they released.
Yep, I've seen it, and it looks amazing.
It's really good.
It's literally PT, like
you know how PT has
PT
has a stretched vertical perspective so that everything looks more compressed and claustrophobic.
Yes.
Allison Road has that. So it's spiritual successor to PT.
And your character talks. Well, in certain aspects of it they talk, but
it ain't Norman Reedus, but it'll do.
It ain't Norman Reedus, yeah, but I take anybody at this point since Konami's not doing that shit anymore. But it's okay. What is PT? It's a first-person survival horror that came out on the PS4 to tease a game, which essentially was a reboot to Silent Hill, which is Silent Hills. Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. Will, please.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Pacific Rim Toro.
I keep messing that up. They're supposed to make a game. They're supposed to do it with Norman Reedus, Silent Hills, but unfortunately, with Konami being Konami at this point, they officially canceled that game. PT is no longer available on the PSN store.
It'll come back as a pachinko machine.
It might come out as a pachinko machine. But essentially, why PT is such a good game? It really is a good game. It's not even a game. It's a fucking teaser. It's a
concept. It's barely a game.
And it's one of the best demos you could ever put in your PS4. I have it. Will has it. You can't even download it again. It's literally gone. It's really out in space. You can't ever pick it up again. Everybody's mad. Not even mad. More like disappointed. Allison Road shows up. Yeah. Allison Road shows up trying to fill that void, and I think they're going to be perfect. They're going to be a perfect substitute to what's missing. It's still currently in development. It's a very small team, but it looks really nice.
It's creepy as fuck, yo.
It's really creepy. It has a jump scare towards the end.
I know.
But you guys check out that gameplay video. It's 13 to 14 minutes long. But when you guys watch it, do take note though that that's not going to be that section is not going to be in the full game. They did mention that this is just they made this video with that gameplay just to show you the concept or how the gameplay will be. So we don't know if the house could be like that in general. It's not final, but from what we saw, Will, Miggy, we're pretty excited about it. And I hope we get more out of that because PT is still something. You guys played it. You guys played PT. You guys actually did a walkthrough on PT.
We did, and it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, yeah. So do check that out, Allison Road. That's a game worth waiting for. I mean, if you guys are looking for a good horror game, hopefully it actually pulls through and it gets completed. All right, moving on. There is one more thing that is E3 related that I want to mention. I know we're in the regular episode already, but there were 8 press conferences in the E3, and
yes,
each one has a specific special episode for each podcast. But since we're actually behind already, I decided to put the PC Gaming press conference here on the regular episode, because even it's one of the longest. I think it's one of the longest press conferences I think right now.
It wasn't even a press conference. Like the way
they treated it.
It
didn't feel like a press conference.
It felt like a very long talk show,
Yeah, it was really, really weird. And the announcement that came out of this press conference, it didn't feel like it was worth to actually have a full-on hour thing just for it. Like just what we did in the other press conference, like with Sony and all that. This one, we'll go through each one that was announced.
Yeah, that's not to discount the information that was presented at this press conference. Like, not to say that PC gaming isn't important to us, but
no, yeah,
it's just that the information that they provided was mostly on the technical side. Actually, like a lot of them was discussing like the challenges they had to do to bring it to PC or using this new technology, or things like that. Like a lot of the games they showed, I think there weren't too many actual PC exclusives that were shown there. No.
Yeah, there wasn't a big and like what you expect out of like press conference, like a big announcement, bam, a new game or a new IP. No, we got some expansions. We got news about new hardware because AMD was supporting this press conference, so we saw AMD a lot. We had some developers show up, talk about their game. We have like indie games. We had that damn guy from that makes DayZ.
Your favorite developer.
My favorite developer in the world fucking shows up again. I'm so sorry. I don't like your game. I haven't played your game. He's still in early access. Finish it so I can play it, so I can give a reaction. Anyway, so it's pretty much. It wasn't the usual setup that I expected or that I was expecting out of a press conference. Like if someone shows up, he sits down on the couch. It really felt like a talk show. It felt like Conan could have done this if ever he wanted to.
Well, let's talk about that first. What did you think about the host that they got?
He's a bit too much. I know that guy. I don't really know him personally, but I know the guy because he's a StarCraft 2 commentator, a really famous one. And what I'm mentioning is Day 9. For those who are avid StarCraft 2 players or fans, you'd know that name, Day 9. He's a good commentator. He knows his stuff. He's actually also a good host, actually, in terms of video games. He's done it in different other games. But this one in particular, he did this. He felt a bit too much. He tried to be super funny. Tried to lift up the crowd.
Yeah, that's what I felt too. Like he was trying a bit too hard at times.
To the point where I'm like, Aisha Taylor's better at this point already. I mean, so that's my impression. And it was even harder to even grasp this host because it was 2 hours long. I'll mention it again. The whole thing was so long.
Yeah, that was too much.
And the amount of information with that timestamp, it's really weird. It was really weird. But what about you, Will? What do you think? Because you were actually the one watching it live. Because I watched it in the recording.
I actually only caught I missed the first half of it, or not the first half, maybe the first 1/4 of it.
So the first hour.
No, not the first hour. I missed the first bits, and the following parts I watched it. And as I said, most of what was shown was already discussed in other conferences. Like the guy from Deus Ex came out, talked about Deus Ex, and how they were.
Hitman also showed up.
Hitman and what they were bringing to the PC. Then there was some PC exclusive stuff like Blizzard came out and they were talking about the Heroes of the Storm, things like that, and the whole MOBA phenomenon, which is right now a PC centric thing MOBAs have yet, I think, to make the transition properly to consoles. Although I think that's just a matter of time.
No, they have games. They have MOBA games already in the console, but they're just like rolling out now. Like Lord of the Rings MOBA was on console. It came out in console, and I honestly don't know how good it is, or how well it was received. But it's starting because I know Strife is also going to Xbox One. So they're gonna try to make a break. That genre's gonna try to find its footing in console. And it's slowly starting. It's slowly starting. But when it comes to MOBAs, PC is the place, obviously.
Yeah. So we got a bit of that. It wasn't as PC centric as I was going to hope, because I still feel that the PC is king when it comes to certain genres of gaming. I think the RTS genre.
No, why do you say it wasn't PC centric?
No, I mean, of course it was PC centric, but I just feel that there was less of a focus on really exclusive PC stuff and too much cross-platform discussion, or discussion on games that are cross-platform.
Mm-hmm.
But like stuff I would have loved to see in the PC gaming, like I would love to see the discussion about, let's say, Heroes of Might and Magic, because there's a new one coming out from Ubisoft that wasn't mentioned. Would have liked to hear more on, say, like the very hardcore strategy games, like Total War, for example.
Well, Total War was there.
I'm sorry, that's right. Total War was there.
He was there. They actually, speaking of Total War, they released somewhat of a video of how Total War has evolved 15 years. It's a really, really, really cool trailer. But then we have small little snippets of Total War Warhammer,
which is the new one. Sorry, what I meant to say is more grand strategy games. Like say Crusader Kings 2, which is one of the best ones out there right now. More stuff on 4X, which I didn't see too much of either. I feel I didn't see that much. More like the Civilization style gameplay, Master of Orion style games. All that was just felt a little bit lacking, and a bit too much on indie stuff and the usual gamut of cross-platform games that we're used to. But still, why don't we start going through it? Yeah,
let's do a quick rundown. For one, for those who are going to ones who are looking forward to Killing Floor 2, there's gonna be a new free content pack for you guys. So you guys are excited. You can look forward to that. Right after, of course, Star Citizen will show up in the PC gaming press conference.
But that was a bullshit
what
appearance. That was basically. Did you see it? Did you see?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
It was basically Chris Roberts there, and he's like, "Hey guys, sorry I can't be there, but thanks for all your money. Look, we're working." That's what's about it.
Here's mocap footage of us mocapping. Bye. That's exactly what. Yeah, we didn't get any actual gameplay footage of Star Citizen. We just got we got proof that they hired actors for the game, and they're going to use mocap suits.
That makes me think of the dive kick trailer by Iron Galaxy, where Dave Lang is talking, and at the back it's just a bunch of dudes on trampolines. We're practicing our dive kicks.
I'll be honest right now, that's the most disappointing part of this press conference, because I was really hoping for them to really justify the hell out of Star Citizen with this press conference, and they just gave us mocap faces.
Right.
I mean, mocap set. So it was... Moving on. So yeah, Star Citizen made a show, and then of course AMD shows up to make it, make matters interesting. And AMD showed up a couple of times, or maybe twice during the press conference. I'm not too sure, but they did show up to talk about their 3D cards and whatnot, their new hardware. And if you guys were wondering why AMD is showing up, because they're the ones sponsoring this this press conference. They're the ones, I guess they're the ones running it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're part of this. So bam, a place to to show off their graphics cards. And of course, we got also, after that, we got some Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which, this is, I think, where I started to feel like, wait, this is really starting to feel like a talk show. I mean,
yeah, because you got the guys sit down and then they were talking, right?
Yeah, they started talking. I think they showed a demo. They started talking. I'm like, okay, there's a very different feel of it. And then, like I mentioned, they also showed up some Total War Warhammer. We got a glimpse of, Total War Warhammer. A very small glimpse of it. You're excited about this. It's actually a very good combination with the Total War series and, of course, Warhammer in general. This is the high fantasy Warhammer, right?
Yeah, it's fantasy Warhammer, which I think fits perfectly with this genre of gaming. Because if you've seen how people actually play the tabletop game, it's these huge armies, and it takes forever for a game to finish, for a single battle to finish, because they're rolling dice, measuring measuring distance, and then checking line of sight, and there's all these like weird calculations. I mean, obviously, if I were more familiar with the rules, I'd probably think it's not that hard, but when I see someone playing it, I'm not, and so when I see people playing it, it seems very complicated. But it's such a great setting that it's like perfect for a video game, in my opinion. And I think Total War is the perfect like genre or home for this sort of game. So very happy to see that.
I just can't wait for the orcs to join the war and just flee right off the bat. I mean,
No, but then I'm also looking forward to, because if this works out, then it's a good chance we might see down the road a 40K version of Total War Warhammer.
Yeah, why not?
40K is actually the more popular of the two, series. Like it's the futuristic one.
Yeah, with Space Marines.
It's with Space Marines. It's the more well-known one.
Yeah.
And the one I personally prefer as well. But not discounting Fantasy Warhammer, I actually played the MMO for a while. It's got its charm too.
Yeah, we only got a small teaser through the video. There's nothing shown during this press conference. You're not missing much, but it's definitely happening. Total War Warhammer, it's really happening. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for that as well. Right after that, we got some Phil Spencer.
Yep, Phil Spencer popped out
for Xbox to talk about Fable Legends, gigantic Gears of War Ultimate Edition. This is actually not a surprise.
and Windows a little bit.
Yeah, it does make it not much of a surprise because if you guys checked out our Microsoft press conference special episode, I guess you guys can. We just know we felt like up there, not only promoting Xbox One or Xbox games in general, they're also promoting Windows 10 games. So it wasn't any more like an Xbox exclusive press conference, more like a Xbox and Microsoft Windows 10 press conference. And since it's a PC gaming show, Phil Spencer shows up, bam. Fable Legends coming to PC, gigantic coming to PC. Gears of War 1 Ultimate Edition coming to PC. Yay!
Yay!
By the way, Fable Legends though is the one thing I'm really excited for because it's free to play. It has a really cool concept, so cool.
Yeah.
I want to check that out.
But it's kind of interesting though, because I think regardless of whether they want to or not, Microsoft is part of the PC gaming community because of Windows, because of DirectX, right? So, and actually, if you think about it, that's quite a major part to play in that sense. So. It's not unexpected to see Microsoft here, but I would have liked them to have discussed less on the games and perhaps a little bit more on, say, Windows 10, which they've been pushing already. In fact, I've got a free copy waiting to download once it's released. I don't know about you guys.
I think I have, but I don't know how that works. Anyway.
So Windows 10, also the new DirectX, I would have liked to hear more about that and how it helps game
Yeah,
developers.
they never mentioned about DirectX. They didn't mention that. Or did I miss it? No, I don't think so.
I don't think they did either. So, I mean, these are things that I think affect pretty much any game developer on PC. So, I guess I would have liked a little bit more detail on that side of things. It's a bit on the techie side, I guess, but I'm sure Microsoft has their ways to make it sound, in layman's terms, understandable.
Buzzwords.
Yeah.
Raising the bar.
And after after that disaster that was games for Windows, I mean they kind of need something good.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they're working on.
Xbox showing up in the PC, no surprise there. What's the big surprise is they actually gave time for maybe hitting it hard. American Truck Simulator. Apparently a lot of people like playing truck simulator games like Euro
America.
Truck. You played it. That's why I didn't want to say I'm bashing. I'm saying I was kind of confused why it was here. But can you explain? Go ahead.
Okay, well, I don't have American Truck Simulator. I have Euro Truck Simulator.
You have America or America?
But that's completely different. It's in Europe.
It's in Europe,
the other continent.
Where they can fly and there's dragons.
And they have radio stations that's real.
And I think, that's what I enjoyed about Euro Truck Simulator was that, the driving itself was fine. But the fact that they did a really, really, really good job of modeling how the roads in Europe look like, and I'm telling you this from actually having seen those roads in person. So for me, when you're driving around in the game, it really does feel like I'm on a European road trip in a weird way.
I don't know why I'm bitching about this so much. It's called a simulator. It's supposed to simulate something. I don't know what's wrong with it.
It's a simulator game. It's from like the group of guys who make the weird like farming simulators and train simulators.
No, I know.
Jump simulator.
I don't know. I give so much shit for the simulator games, but if you just read the definition of simulator, it's supposed to simulate something, and
it's not like Goat Sim where it's just
not
broken.
Real. Yeah, it's not real. It's not how a goat does things. It's weird.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know. But
I did pick up also the expansion for Goat Simulator on the Steam sale.
Goat Z.
Yeah, Goat Z, the zombie goats.
Oh, God. Okay, so American Truck Simulator. It was in the PC Gaming press conference. Okay, yeah, they showed a trailer. Blah blah.
Do you think that's how these people practice when stealing amiibo trucks? They play Euro Truck Sim.
I don't think
unless
so.
Unless there's a situation or an event that your truck's getting stolen. What do you do? Or I don't know.
Do you run them over or let your amiibos get stolen?
Moving on. Eve Valkyrie.
Eve Valkyrie looks so good.
It looks so good, but it's one of these games where it takes so long for it to come out. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like, okay, it looks like a pretty standard, like, space, like, it looks like a throwback to Wing Commander.
Okay, no, before we start, how do you best describe Eve Valkyrie? It's obviously in line with Eve Online. Can I say that?
No, it's not.
Yeah, because I want to ask that really quick so it won't.
Have you
played
divided. Eve Online ever?
No.
Okay. So Eve Valkyrie plays more like the old X-Wing and TIE Fighter games, where you're playing a little starship and then you're flying around and shooting stuff. Eve Online is you're flying around in capital ships basically, and it's an MMO. So it's not Twitch-based gameplay. It's more like click here to turn your ship that way. Push these buttons to start activating your weapons and such. So, Eve Valkyrie is a lot more fast-paced, a lot more visceral. What I think is very interesting about this is the potential for them to link the game with EVE Online.
Yep.
Because that's what they did with Dust 518, which was also in the EVE universe. So, basically, things that happen in Dust affect the EVE Online universe and vice versa. So, the idea of Eve Valkyrie also having that same sort of interconnectivity with EVE Online makes it kind of interesting for me.
Pretty much expanding the universe in different genres. Because like you said, it was an MMO. This one's a completely different experience, but it's in the same world and it ties into the overall experience.
Yeah. Well, they haven't actually mentioned if there is actually going to be some sort of connection yet, but I'm hoping there will be because. I think it would just add a whole lot more to that experience. But what I found really cool was like you're flying around in this little fighter, and you get to see like the ships that you fly around in EVE Online also flying around, and they're much larger in scale, and you really don't get that sense of scale until that point.
Yeah. So Eve Valkyrie showed up in the PC Gaming conference, and again, this reminded me also that this is more like a talk show. Because then they were talking about the game and then the challenges. on like, for example, including VR for Eve Valkyrie and whatnot. And yeah, it's cool. It was a good conversation and all that. But at this point in the press conference, like this is already a different take on what we usually see for a press conference. So they talk about more about Eve Valkyrie, and after he was done with talking to him, my favorite developer in the whole world shows up
to talk about not about DayZ.
No, not about the game I really want to play if it's out already, but the new game that I wish he's not doing, and then to finish DayZ, Ion.
Yes, Ion. And apart, so you have a biased view of this already, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So how would you describe Ion for everyone? Because we actually discussed Ion, I think at Microsoft when it came out, or
it came out in Microsoft. It was announced in Microsoft, and they're working on a new game, more like a space game. It's really hard to describe, honestly, but he talked more about it, and then his ambitions and the full scope of it. It was just more, it just kept going from this point. Like, with Eve Valkyrie, Ion, they just kept on talking about their challenges and how they're making the game. So that's what Dean Hall did. He talked about Ion, and then another game called Strafe showed up.
Yeah, I didn't really have an opinion on that one. It looked interesting, I guess, but it didn't really grab me.
Yep. It has a huge backing on Kickstarter, though.
It does.
It's looking pretty good.
I did like how they had this whole like 80s sort of or like 90s sort of vibe going on with the trailer.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny, but what is it? I don't know. It looks like an old like Doom game, basically.
It does look like an old Doom game. It's interesting though, on how it looks. It's just funny though that I think it's fully. I'm not sure it's fully funded, but they showed Strafe. They showed Strafe, and then right after that, they also showed. Have you played Pillars of Eternity? Because apparently an expansion's coming out, called The White March Part 1. So what's
Yeah. The new trailer for Pillars of Eternity. It's been on my wish list on Steam for a while now. I haven't picked it up, but now that there's an expansion coming out, I'm pretty sure they'll bundle it. So I'll probably wait for that before picking it up.
Yeah, I think this game was made in Unity, Pillars of Eternity.
It might have been. I don't know.
No, it's just crazy because Unity is like, it looks amazing, and I don't know. It doesn't look like a Unity game, but yeah, there's a new expansion coming out. It's called Part 1. So, and a new trailer came out. Right after that, we got a thing called Planet Coaster. You saw that one?
Yes, I did, and I'm hoping that. Well, it's about time we get another theme park like management sim game.
Yeah, this one actually was a cool announcement. It's from the makers of Elite Dangerous.
Yes, Elite Dangerous, which is actually a very good sandbox space simulator. If you guys are interested.
Yeah, the CEO showed up. He showed this game, and yeah, is this really a sim? Because I really hope it's just a flat out simple like theme park sim.
I'm hoping that's what it is too. It's like a theme park simulator. Like, and the last one we got was I think Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 or 5 or something. I don't even remember.
I don't even remember. Like, I think this kind of genre or this kind of game, like simulator, like I still every now and then I want to play Theme Hospital or Theme Park.
Yeah, exactly. I hope it has that same humor. Like I really
hope it. But the trailer shows that it might come out that way. It's a very cute trailer and it's a very cool looking one. And I hope that I think they are filling the void that I don't know why it disappeared. it went to mobile, I guess, those kinds of games, but I don't think it's translating well. So hopefully hopefully it comes out good. Because I'm all for a new theme park simulator for sure. Right after that, we got some Guild Wars 2, Heart of Thorns. And have you pre-ordered Guild Wars? 'Cause I think we talked about it a while ago.
You can pre-order it right now. There is there is a physical copy that's going to be released with this as well. So I might wait for the physical release, because I think the thing if you get what you get when you pre-order, you get a title and you get an extra character slot. So the extra character slot's kind of nice, but I haven't even, I think 5 characters is just enough for me to play.
For sure. And if ever I have enough money to buy another one, anyway. No, but Guild Wars Heart of Thorns. During the PC press conference, they came in. They talked about guild halls. And then they also announced that pre-sale is now up for, you can now pre-sale, pre-order the expansion.
I'm really excited though, because a lot of the stuff looks really cool for what they showed for Guild Wars, like the new classes, the new skill system.
They have new guild halls, new skill system, a new class specifically, the Revenant. Weapons. There's a weapon setup now for new weapons for each class. Like engineers can have a hammer, for example, or I think the Guardians have a bow and arrow. Why is this actually a big deal? Is because your skills are based on your weapons, so there's more variety for each class now with the expansion. And of course, a new story, a new location to play around with. Just how a flat-out classic expansion would be. And it's about time. Guild Wars 2 has been out for a couple of years now, and it's been updated every single month, and it's still going strong from what it looks like in every aspect. PvP, World vs. World, PvE. They definitely have a huge community already.
Yeah, actually, if you log in right now, the new trade system is already in place, so you can play around with that if you want.
Damn it!
Lion's Arch has been rebuilt.
Yeah, I have to update my. How big is Guild Wars 2? It's been on my PC since I got it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much space it's been.
I haven't uninstalled it from mine either. Let me take a real quick look now how big it is.
I wonder how big it is. But yeah, Guild Wars 2 expansion. I'm super excited. Do check that out. Right after that, we got some Hitman. And not much going on with this one. They just pretty much didn't really reveal anything. They just talked more about it. But December 8th is the release date. So, do check out. I think we talked about Hitman, I think, on the Sony one. Press conference.
And it's Square as well.
Oh, in Square, yeah. So there's a lot we mentioned about Hitman. So, right after that, we got more AMD, which is pretty much more graphics card talk. Yada.
They're really excited about that. But to be fair,
they're excited for a 16 teraflop gaming system or some. It's so much specifics.
To be fair, they have every right to do it. I mean, they are sponsoring this discussion.
Yeah, but it's funny how AMD's here again.
If Nvidia was the one sponsoring it, I'm sure they'll be doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. So right after that, we got some Armor 3 because there's gonna be a thing called Tanoa, a new terrain, a new location.
It's a new location. Armor 3 is it's a soldier simulator, and I'll say simulator in the sense that you know it and hate it as. Like Arma is one of those games that is super. If you just think it's an FPS, you're dead wrong. It's so much more than that, and it's very personally for me, it's not something I can just jump into really quickly. But there's a lot of people who really enjoy the level of tactical gameplay that series has.
Yeah, it's very tactical. It's very. I can't say realistic. It's more.
Well, it is in the sense that you get 2 shots, you're dead, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's one of the.
It's tough, but what they showed in the PC gaming that they premiered a new a new terrain for Armor 3. So for those who are still very invested in Armor 3, there you go. Right after that, we got a game for blind people. Not really blind people. We got a game.
Blind people.
Yeah. From Sharida Halit. Haldito, sorry. Beyond Eyes, which pretty much gives you the lets you experience a blind. How do I say this? It's you're a blind child, and you get to experience her world, and apparently it's a very colorful world. And what is your take on this one? Because it was.
Well, the first thing that came to mind was like the Unfinished Swan, because that's also sort of a game where you're kind of blind and you have to figure your way around. But, she used a lot of buzzwords like, "Oh, you get to experience how blind people, do this and that," and like, give me a fucking break, lady. Like that's not
that's why it's kind of weird. Like blind people, like. Let's give people the experience of what blind people go through.
Yeah, but blind people don't do that. That's not.
No, I just hope that they really. It's.
Do you think this game will offend blind people when it's released?
I hope not.
That's the question.
But
I hope not. Also, I really do. It's an interesting idea for sure. It's an interesting idea. What will it translate into an interesting game? Probably, but it's probably one of those. It feels very, very indie.
No, it's very indie. But when Beyond Eyes showed up, they pretty much talked about the concept and then how he come up with this concept, and they started talking about cupcakes at one point, like convincing people about like the smell and the sounds. Besides, she was doing some research about it, so there's a lot of thought into this game.
But it's so ironic too, because video gaming is such a visual medium. So to have a video game about being blind it's a pretty ballsy concept. So hopefully this game doesn't offend any actual blind people. And
I just why I reacted towards like the way I did is because I don't get it yet, especially like on how she's translating this world, to the people who are playing it. It's a very ballsy maybe, but it's a very unknown concept, unknown world that you don't see every day. So
yeah, actually, it's funny that this is coming out because there's another game where you also play a blind person. That horror game.
Daredevil. No, sorry.
Well, there's that too, right? The Daredevil show's going on, and then this game's coming out, and then there's that other game, I think, by Cliff Bleszinski, where...
No, it's not Cliff Bleszinski. It's the ones who made... It's from developers who worked on Bioshock. Veteran.
Oh, sorry, yeah, what's his name? Ken
Cliff Bleszinski will not make a blind game. That will not happen. He's not... Cliff Bleszinski is awesome, but he'll make a cover shooter somehow, or an FPS for sure.
Yeah, alright, my bad.
Moving on. We got looks of Dirty Bomb. Who knows Dirty Bomb?
Dirty Bomb?
I don't know Dirty Bomb, but there's...
It's another shooter.
Yep, it's another shooter. Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike Go-ish kind of shooter.
Yep.
Yeah, we were given a sheet of new characters. They showcased new characters for Dirty Bomb. They showed a trailer. I need more info about this, but do check it out. It gave me the whole Team Fortress 2 feel. And do we need more of it? Probably, because Team Fortress 2 and maybe Counter-Strike's like the things that I have to mention. But yeah, they showed Dirty Bomb. It had a lot of character actually. But again, back to Team Fortress 2. Right after that, Tacoma, which is the next game from the makers of Gone Home.
Yep. This is the one in space, right? Or am I mistaken?
Space Museum.
Yeah, okay, there. It's the Space Museum one.
Okay. We're going. Okay, if you guys notice, we're going from game one. One game after the other. When they were talking about each of these games, they were just making it more. It felt more like an interview, or more like a casual talk, like how they come up to that concept with the blind game or Dirty Bomb or Eve Valkyrie. It's the same thing. They just started talking about. It wasn't more about gameplay. They showed some gameplay, but they were just more talking about concept rather than anything else. Tacoma, same thing. They try to talk more about concept, and it's. Is it more like Gone Home? It depends, but it's their new take It's more of a it's another game that has to be like more of a wait and see.
Yeah, if it's anything like Gone Home, you're just going to be explore. It's an exploration game. That's what we know for sure.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna. It's a walking simulator. I don't know, or it's hard to give any kind of judgment, especially. But if it's still coming from the makers of Gone Home, I have high hopes for it for sure.
Yep.
Because Gone Home, if no one has played it, you should definitely check that.
Well, yeah, no, Gone Home was definitely one of those surprising games of the, Absolutely, it surprised me. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of simulators, or not simulators, like another game. It's not more of it's an exploration game, but an exploration game to freak you out. Soma, which correct me if I'm wrong, I think from the makers of Amnesia. And this is their new game, and it's still Amnesia-ish, but it's now in a space station. It feels like a space station. Yeah, what's your take on this?
Well, I liked Amnesia a lot. I like both the Amnesia games quite a lot, and I think they did a lot to revitalize the survival horror genre. So, but for this game, I think it's just going to be a different setting and more of the same. I don't expect there to be any sort of new revolutions in the genre. Because I think what made Amnesia so good when it came out was like no one had ever done anything like it before, where you had no weapon, you had to hide, things like that. But so here, I don't know if they're going to try to reinvent the wheel again, or they're just going to say, "Hey, this formula works. Let's keep doing it, but let's make it in space."
No, but what's funny though is like when I was checking this out, it looks amazing. I love the atmosphere, but then I was like, "Oh wait, I've played this game before." I was running away from an alien, and I had the same feeling. Like Alien Isolation, I had the same feeling when I was playing Alien Isolation, and this is just I don't know what the hell's going on in Soma, but it's freaky. Something's something worth where your heart starts pounding. You want to hide. That's the feel I got out of it. But it's still freaky. That's all that matters really. This game's coming out in September 22. If you've played Amnesia, you're gonna have a kick out of this, I'm sure, because I think you're right. Well, I think they're not really reinventing the wheel, but hopefully there's a surprise as we play the game. So yeah, Soma. Then DayZ shows up.
Oh boy, DayZ.
Yay! They talk about more features about DayZ. They're getting a single player mode apparently because people don't like playing together because there's a lot of assholes in DayZ.
But that's the whole point of playing DayZ.
I know, but Dean Hall likes doing stuff, so there should be a mode for it if you guys want to play alone for some weird reason.
So what is there going to be a story? Like what? Are you just gonna? Because after a point in DayZ, honestly, like the zombies no longer become the primary threat, and you're not really too worried about them at some point. And I think without the fear of that's what causes all the tension is when you meet other players,
Yeah, and the zombies are actually like second fiddle with this game. But when Dean Hall talks about when they started talking about DayZ, the developers were saying that the new features, single player mode, they'll put in new vehicles, and at some point this game DayZ, which started as a mod, which is technically a mod, will have modding tools. So there's going to be more content going into this game, and eventually in the future you'll be able to run your own DayZ server. So there's a lot of plans, to this game moving forward. And okay, what's this genre? It's more like a survival simulator, like a survival online simulator, in a sense. Has there ever been a game that's actually been completed for this genre?
For this genre, is Rust? I think is that it? Wait, let me check Steam real quick.
I don't think Rust is done.
They'll tell you if it's in early access or not.
No, I'm talking about a game that's not in early access. That's doing the same thing.
That's why I'm taking a look right now.
That's my take on this. there's so many games like DayZ, but there's not a single game that's out officially.
Okay, Rust is early access.
Yeah, it's early access for sure.
I know the Forest is still in early access. There was that really bad one that came out. I think H1Z1 or like the. It was also zombies. God damn, what was it called? It's not H1Z1, is it?
There's so many games.
God, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Damn, it's.
But anyway, there's more features in DayZ, which was shown in the PC Gaming conference. Next up, you mentioned Cliff Bleszinski.
I did indeed. The War Z. That's it. I think that's the one that I was.
Oh, the fake one. Yeah, the fake one. The one that tried to. Yeah, that was a train wreck.
That was a complete train wreck.
Yeah. You mentioned Cliff Bleszinski. He's not making a blank game, but he's actually making a game, Project Blue Streak, and this is his first game since he left the Gear house.
the Gears team, yeah.
Yeah, Epic Games. He's now the CEO of Boss Key Productions, and he started talking about his love for first-person shooters, and how Project Blue Streak is pretty much him doing what he's so passionate about. So they were talking about that. That's what they were doing. They were actually talking about about a first-person shooter. And
yeah, and I don't know what to make of the setting. It's like a weird kind of science fiction Japanese weird samurai in the future setting. It looks weird.
It looks weird, but he didn't. He kind of started talking about it, but he started. They started talking about different things when they were talking during the show. But whoever's wondering, Cliff Bleszinski, that's what he's working on now. He's working on Project Blue Streak. This is his whole new studio. I thought he was actually out of the whole industry now, but apparently he's just, he wasn't. He just wanted to not do anything.
But he's one of those rockstar developers who's just like whatever.
He's one of the known names.
Yep.
He's really up there. Next up, we also have a thing called Enter the Gungeon.
Enter the Gungeon.
Which is like a roguelike. You seen it?
Yes, I did. It's a roguelike. It's
a dungeon crawler. It's a roguelike dungeon crawler, pretty much. And it looks nice. It looks really nice. What is your take on it? They pretty much showcase co-op mode and and then
it's not really my type of game though. So I didn't really pay much attention to it. But I suppose for what it is, it looks good.
Yeah. So actually, I got remember that game, the Endless what's that roguelike game? The RPG.
Which one?
Endless Dungeon.
Yeah, Endless Dungeons of the Endless thing.
Yeah, Dungeons of the Endless. It gave me that kind of feel. But they talk more about that, and then right after that we got Blizzard showing up, which is the first time ever we actually see Blizzard in E3, and they talk about Heroes of the Storm: Eternal Conflict expansion to their recently released game.
And also StarCraft 2 a little bit.
Yeah, right after that they talked about StarCraft 2. But Heroes of the Storm: Eternal Conflict is the expansion Heroes of the Storm just came out, and they're talking about an expansion already.
Yeah, these guys.
I don't even know how they justify an expansion, but they're machines. But yeah, the expansion called Eternal Conflict, which pretty much focuses on the Diablo lore or the Diablo universe. It's already out now. It's already out for players of Heroes of the Storm. The Butcher's out. The character called Butcher.
Is this free? Actually, if I may ask, the expansion.
I doubt
you don't have to pay. Do you have to pay for it?
I think the characters you'll have to pay for it, but the thing, like the new mode, New map.
So it's not really an expansion in that sense. It's more of just sort of a giant content patch.
Yeah, but there's actually a lot of changes when it came, because it came out. They were talking about new changes and new additions to the game in June 30, which is already done, obviously. But now they added it in. But yeah, they're talking about Heroes of the Storm. Right after that, they talk about StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void, and the big thing that came out of this one is not more about the expansion of Legacy of the Void, the last expansion for StarCraft 2. They mentioned a thing called Whispers of Oblivion, and it will feature 3 prologue missions that will be available to anybody to play, whether you own StarCraft 2 or not. It's more like an introduction, I guess, to the upcoming expansion.
Yeah, it's probably an introduction and also like sort of like catch up on the lore that you might have missed, you know,
yeah,
that sort of thing.
Which is actually pretty cool because I forgot what the hell what was going on in StarCraft, especially StarCraft 2, because of how big the gap is from like each expansion. But yeah, Blizzard talk about Heroes of the Storm, they talk about StarCraft 2, and weirdly enough, the last one for this PC gaming was No Man's Sky.
Yep, No Man's Sky.
And well, we have our thoughts on No Man's Sky in the Sony press conference, and it's the PC gaming conference in a nutshell is pretty much like a mix of more like things we've seen if you guys have checked out the other press conference, and some interesting announcements. Some like coming from Blizzard for the StarCraft 2 prologue campaign, the Heroes of Storm expansion. Talks about Beyond Ice, Soma, Tacoma, the Arma 2. It's more like expansions more than anything, more than game announcements, and more talk. Like I think the most interesting out of this whole press conference, I think, was Planet Coaster. Weirdly enough.
Really, of all that,
I know.
Planet Coaster.
But maybe just simply because we don't have anything like that nowadays. Anything modern.
That's true. You'd have to go back at least more than about 10 years now to find like the last coaster game that was somewhat decent, right?
Yeah, so I think it's the only thing that I got out of the PC gaming conference. Like everything else was things that we know. They just talked more into it. They talked more about the concept of it or the thing that makes why this game is like this or what specific concept. And yeah, that was pretty much the format of this conference. They really wanted to dig in. They wanted to like mention like what was the developers thinking about the specific project or the specific feature. That's what I took out of the press conference. That's why it was 2 hours long. Because what we mentioned I don't think that was worth 2 hours. That was just a lot of talk if you noticed.
Yeah, it was mainly talk. Like again, like I don't feel there was anything particularly super exciting that was coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, or like no big surprises either. Like everything we heard was expected, or somewhat already discussed or talked about in the works. So, yeah. But overall, I'm still happy that E3 PC Gaming finally did get a show, and I can excuse it for not being that great because this is the first one. So hopefully, if they have another show next year, it'll be a lot more interesting to watch.
And that's a wrap. Thanks, guys, for listening. Yeah, this is the TMG podcast. We do this every single week. There's a new episode every Tuesday. If you want to get the latest, once the episode goes live for the week, do subscribe on iTunes and Podomatic. We update regularly. If you want to check out our previous episodes, especially our E3 coverage and other special events, or what happened last month or whatnot, do check it out. We have a full archive on our website, www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with the number 2. Do follow us on Facebook, Too Much Gaming, on Twitter as well. And if you have any concerns, questions, or topics you want us to tackle, do email us at tmgpodcast@gmail.com. We also have a YouTube, TMG blog. Me does a lot of work there. He does release videos every single day, so do check that out. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys, for listening in again, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.